Hi, I'm Lou, and I'm the head of training at Groundwork North Wales, managing our adult community learning offer, which works in the hardest to reach communities. Our approach was to work with our cohorts of learners through trusted relationships with tutors to capture that lived experience of poverty, something that comes up a lot with the people we work with on a day-to-day basis. So those conversations were had and captured. Some of the key challenges that we found, again in common with a lot of the other partners, were around housing insecurity, people feeling unsafe, stigma of living in poor conditions, a lot around work and income instability, benefits not covering day-to-day costs, an inability to work in some cases, people really struggling to afford the basics, so a lot around food poverty, and the rising costs of food really came out as a theme, and people's health and well-being really becoming a challenge, and not being able to access the services that they need. Some of the barriers that people were facing were particularly around the stigma, around poverty and the fear of asking for help, and also the complex systems and bureaucracy that people face when they need to deal with official systems. Transport challenges, particularly for rural areas, were a theme, and we do a lot of work around digital inclusion, so people feeling digitally excluded, which again doesn't enable people to access services that they need to access. One of the constant themes was particularly around people accessing strong community networks, and they see that community support, that informal community support in their communities as an absolute lifeline. And that came out as a real strength for people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.